specifically is that this is just an event for the Chicagoland area. That's why you're only seeing the likes of Dan and Knight and Lord Sturm, and you got JJ in the background there, and Demitis hanging out. Anonymous Moniker just off screen. You got Razor, you got all these guys, all Chicagoland residents. This is just a thank you, basically.
We do have one out-of-state here today, and by far the best out-of-state that could have potentially come to this event.
I appreciate that, Ruins. I really do. That means a lot to me, man.
You are the only out-of-state I could have ever possibly wanted at this event.
I appreciate
Nightwing is by far the greatest.
You're gonna make a large pale man blush here, Ruins. No, the reason I'm here is because Chicago has always been sort of my adopted family of Smash, and you guys have always been super welcoming to me. And they needed good commentators who knew these players really well, and so I am here to provide you, alongside Ruins, great commentary, and we're actually about to get a great match coming up here between Ned and Dan. These players are both top level, both in the running for best player in Chicago. Ned, currently number 2, has a big possibility of number 1 after his extremely good performance at Sm4sh.
Oh yeah, being the highest placing Cloud, even outplacing M2K.
Yeah.
Getting 3rd.
Yep, and he finished 3rd, only losing to Ally and to Zero the whole tournament. And that, if you're going to only lose to those 2 people,
those are good people to lose to and not feel too bad about it, because they are kind of the best players in the world.
Yeah, they're okay. I mean, they're
average.
They're decent. But Dan, on the other hand, a former Chicago number 1, not last season, but season
prior
before.
to last season.
He did finish up at number 1. Now he is number 4.
He is top 4, top 5, I believe.
No, Demitis is 5, so Dan is 4. Because then Knight is 3. So yeah, a battle of very highly regarded players here in Smash 4. Now, as we kind of move into the match here, Dan has built up a lot of damage here on Ned. Obviously, Ned has also, but you know, with Mario's ability to get a lot of kill confirms and a lot of interesting things, Ned's gonna have to work a little bit harder to find, you know, a little bit better as far as reads go. He doesn't have the ease of killing as Mario does as far as setups go.
Yeah, the thing about this matchup is that Mario, when Mario gets in, he gets in hard.
Yeah.
He does a lot of damage. Cloud does not let Mario get in with his big disjoint, so Ned has to play so safe, which is fairly easy to do, but when you make that one mistake like that one, Mario takes huge advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that Dan had been noticing, it seemed, is that Ned had been doing a lot of these tomahawk jumps, and you know, because of that, he's been searching for, you know, nairs and forward airs and even back airs sometimes. And Dan just realized that he was doing it 120 times unsafely, locked and loaded that up smash and got the KO. So it's going to be on Ned here to try and get this kill soon without taking too much extra credit. Mario with Rage is very dangerous.
All right, now we just got a lot of flips going on. Oh my goodness.
Wow, and an up B with limits out of shield would take care of it. That's actually something that I don't see very many Clouds besides Ned do, is utilize that limit up B. It's such a powerful tool, and it comes out so quickly out of shield. I'd actually like to see a lot of other Clouds pick that up, but right now it's sort of the Ned special.
And that's super dangerous, but super risky at all as well, because I mean, if Ned misses that, Mario can flood cape that. And if he hits that, Mario's dead, plus he gets half limit charge because you're dying off the top.
Right.
All right, so yeah, he's struggling to get back on the stage. Edge guarding Mario as Cloud. You got to be super careful about your air dodge, because he will nair you, he will fair you.
I mean, he could even like even if he wanted to, like even if he's in the disadvantaged position, as long as he has second jump, he could even cape you to try and screw you up, because as Cloud, it's always dangerous when you're coming back. You know, he has limit he can recover from just about anywhere right now, but that would also burn his limit and mean it's much closer to or much more difficult for him to get the kill. So yeah, it's sort of a give and take game that Ned has to play right now. Dan, however, about to take that stock. I thought we were gonna see an up B going for that 2 through 5 hit that has a big knockback.
Oh, going for it, but very little end lag. Dan wanted to punish, but he realized, I can't. It's not safe enough.
Yeah, you have to be in the right position to punish. You can't even hope to shield that and still get a punish. You only have, like, I think, like 11 or 13 frames to punish through the shield, which is a sixth of a second for those of you who do not understand what frames are that are watching possibly.
A sixth of a second, yeah. Oh, my goodness, but then...
Great DI into the stage.
Yeah, making sure he's not going out.
So we are down to the nitty-gritty here, guys. One good hit, an up smash, a forward smash from Mario, limit side B, limit up B from Ned, and it could spell doom.
And this is what we saw versus Ally. There it is. But it was a lot of neutral, a lot of neutral, a lot of neutral. Both of them at 100 and something %. And eventually one of them makes a mistake and the other one capitalizes. Ned, in this case, capitalizing.
Yeah, unfortunately for Dan, he blinked first. He went in unsafely, going for something that will get him the win, and because of that, he loses the game. Now, the match is not over, though. We are doing 2 out of 3s until winners loses grands, and because we have that in stipulation, this is actually Dan's winner's side life on the line in this game. But we're going to run it right back to Smashville. I'm surprised we didn't see a counter picked anywhere, but Dan and the rest of the GGA crew pretty comfortable in Smashville. What'd you say?
Smashville is a really good stage for all of GGA's characters.
Yeah. Dan, with Mario, JJ with Diddy, Dominus has that Mewtwo, and then Knight with Rosalina. So Smashville, pretty neutral. They play a lot on it. You will very rarely see a time where the GGA crew doesn't go Smashville? Smashville. Ruins, what can you tell me about what Dan can do differently here that you saw in Game 1 that he can utilize here in Game 2?
I think he just kind of has to just play as wait and bait as possible, because it's very hard to get in on Cloud as Mario, because Mario's short and Cloud has a disjoint. He just kind of has to make Ned so impatient that he does something too risky.
Yeah, and that's actually something that Ned's been developing as a player since the beginning of his tenure here in Chicago Smash. He came out of the woodwork as very volatile, very in-your-face kind of style player, and since then he's learned his patience since picking up Cloud. He knows that he has to wait for the right opportunity, and because of that, he's become all the more rounded player.
Getting that hard read on the jump air dodge, goes for that forward smash, getting that early stock.
And that was a very early stock. Normally, Dan likes to live until about 120, 130%, and not able to do that this time, so he's going to have to be very, very careful going forward here, not to take a lot of extra credit before getting this kill.
All right, jabs are coming out. Both of them rolling away. Ned's like, all right, yeah, I'm at a high percent, so I'm not going to go in too hard, because I do want this lead. Up B coming out, he's hanging on.
Yeah, he's barely hanging on, probably thanks to Limit. Limit makes his gravity a little bit higher, so up smash, also not going to do it. Next one probably will, though. I think that was the weak hit on it. I didn't feel as meaty as Mario's up smash normally does. That will not. Oh my gosh.
Dodge up smash when he's taking on.
Great DI there from Ned. Right at the time that the hit went, he was already DIing left, so that allowed him to live there. Back air, not going to do it, but he has an edge guard here.
Does he have a jump? He does, in fact, have the jump. Oh, but not the best in spacing on that up B, though. That's the scary thing about Mario Cloud is you have to space that perfectly or you're getting caper flooded.
And right there, we saw the flood come out. Cloud took a bath and found himself in the blast zone after he got out.
All right, so yeah, they're just throwing out these aerials now. Oh, I don't know what that was, but he gets away from it unharmed.
No punish from Dan there. That's something that we are normally unaccustomed to seeing from Dan. His punishes are normally some of the best in Chicago.
Yeah, Ned also no stranger to punish game with again, look at all these air dodge baits.
Just raising the roof on Mario right now.
Is that what that move's called? I like that.
That's what I call it.
All right, so
that's something that Ned's gonna have to be very, very careful of. Is that he has to maintain stage control here. Something that he did really well against Domitis. Dan a little bit better at reasserting himself in the center of the stage. If Mario can get the inside track, that's gonna be bad news bears for Ned.
If I were Ned right now, I would not want to be again like you just said. I would not want to be on the edge. I want to be center stage at all times because Mario can nair.
Oh, that's dead Mario.
And Ned getting that 2-0, moving on in winner's side, moving on to winner's finals.
Yep, where he will meet the winner of our next match, which should be JJ Rockets versus Bushi. Bushi actually has a couple of victories on JJ, I believe. Yes, Ruins?